Cool. All right. Welcome, everyone. Very, very, very excited to have you all joining our fourth cohort of the VCA residency. Very much looking forward to meeting all of you. And this is really what this kind of like intro, not really class, but just moment is all about. So getting to know each other. I'm going to start by giving a bit of context on, the vertical crypto art residency. I know either me or like Borja or both of us chatted to, well, all of you beforehand, so you know kind of how the program works and what we're up to. But maybe it's good to have a bit of a recap, and then we'll go through like introductions. Maybe we'll start with like the like VCA team and us, and then let you all like introduce yourselves and get to know each other, and also get to know your fellow residents who you'll be hanging out for the next 3 months. So the Vertical Crypto Art residency program is an online like educational program, as you know, that we started more than a year ago. We're at our fourth round, so it's been a really, really incredible experience to meet so many artists throughout the three past cohorts that we've done. And it really started with, I guess, the idea to share educational resources on Web3, and specifically the art and culture ecosystem of Web3, and give an opportunity for creators and artists of all kinds and backgrounds to have access to workshops, classes, mentorships, ask me anythings, and a lot of like different content that we'll be going through in these 3 months, as well as give some grounding and also some basis of what is the art and culture ecosystem within Web3? How is it different from other spaces? What are important and nuanced things that as an artist and as a creator you should know when coming into Web3 and when wanting to build a career, a project, your art in this ecosystem. And so that's really what the program is all about. It's, as you know, like the structure of it starts with like classes and workshops. So the first, I would say, 8 to 9 weeks are going to be very much about learning and learning together. All of the classes are a conversation. So I would never say that like none of the mentors, will teach a class and really, have, no feedback from you guys. Like it's all about like conversing between each other. And so a lot of the classes are very active actually, and like proactive and practical, rather than just, theoretical and one person kind of talking to you for, an hour or 90 minutes. So I really suggest, well, first of all, to come to as many classes as you can, even though they are recorded. I think being present in the moment whilst the classes are live is a completely different experience. So if you can, I would definitely encourage to come. But also to chat and to participate, and to ask, questions and challenge and add your point of view to whatever is being shown, explained, talked about, etc. We make them, as I would say, like as easy as possible for people to really like come in. Of course, like everything is online, so it's not a physical residency. But also, if you cannot speak because I don't know, you're doing other things, you have kids, you're at your job, etc. We really use the chat as a great way to like communicate, even if you want to ask a question, if you want to make your point and you can't unmute. There's actually now Discord has this very great, which you are all using anyways. Hey, okay, great. Then I'm just a Discord noob here. Lol. Basically, it has this chat option on the top right of the this kind of like Discord call. But also, if you just hover on like Residency Artist voice channel, you'll see open chat. People are already writing on there, so definitely encourage to use this chat to, ask any questions or just communicate with each other and with the mentors. What else? Yeah, so I guess like this is really pretty much about the first 8 weeks. We do have a set of like moments that are more like informal gatherings, chatty like moments. So we have a weekly residency lounge, which is going to be on Discord. I think this week most of you voted for it being on Saturday, so Boria will definitely set that up. And then it's essentially just a space for you, us, all of the past residents as well, so all of like the alumni and the mentors to kind of like hang out. It's not compulsory, so if you want to come, if not, no problem. There's no agenda, so it's just really like an open format. And usually what you kind of end up talking about what happened in the week, or I don't know, like things that happen in the space that you want to share with the group. So it's a nice moment also to get to know each other outside of like the workshop and class format. And the second appointment, which is, I would say, like more open to the general like Twitter Webiverse ecosystem, is a residency Twitter space that we do every Thursday evening UTC time. And yeah, that's like a very open format as well. It's Boria, Walt, and Anubis, who are actually all Boria is obviously like part of VCA team, but Anubis and Walt are actually past residents too and alumni, and Boria is too actually. So yeah, it's a really nice moment to also like hang out, and just usually there's a lot of talk about art and projects and stuff like that. So yeah, these are kind of like the general like timetable and schedule. And then we have a bunch of like ask me anythings. I think we all asked you to complete a form, and also like share some of the who you would like to hear from, because we all have our own people that we would like to hear from. So me as well, and I also have biases, so I would love to also get new people in and people that you want to hear from. And usually everybody is very open and very happy to do these. So yeah, it's a good opportunity for us as well to meet new people and have these moments. And yeah, I think I kind of went through everything that is important for now. Cool. So yeah, I can see that Nathaniel. Yeah, Nathaniel is saying Ria or Ruth Kaflo. Actually, yes, both would be great. Ria might be hard. I'll do my best. But Ruth. Oh, great! If you know them, then that would be amazing. Ruth, I know very well. She's amazing. So yeah, definitely great people. So yeah, that's a really good suggestion. Cool. Okay, so I guess I can. I mean, I don't know if I need to introduce myself, but yeah, I'm Nicole. With Phil, we founded Vertical Crypto Art a couple of years ago, actually more than a couple of years ago now. And yeah, I mean, I'll be hopping in some of the classes, as many as I can, not all of them. But I'm always, available. I'm, really always on this Discord all the time. And yeah, just, reach out with anything, and really looking forward to getting to know all of you like better and sharing this time together. Phil, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yeah, so nice to meet you all, first of all. So it's Phil here, as Nicole said. Let's say like I'm from day one, co-founded VCA with her. I'm normally, more behind the scene. Nicole, she's the superstar and the powerhouse, so you see her probably most. I normally take care of all the tech part and operational aspects, and I look forward to meet you all. I'm always just a message away. Please feel free to message for anything you may need. I'm also, let's say, like recording all the classes and uploading all the classes on YouTube. So also, let's say, like if you miss a class or you have anything else, you can also, let's say, like liaise with me, and we're gonna make sure that everybody always have the material. Yeah, so yeah, nice to meet you all, and looking forward to know everything about you.
And I'm going to say hi. Going to take the opportunity to say hi. We spoke to most. I spoke to most of you during the interviews, and it's really nice to see you again. And I hope you're super excited.
Bora, do you want to share just like briefly what you're, what you do so that people know and are, well, I guess you spoke to all of them anyway, so it's fine. But yeah.
Well, there's no problem in saying it again. So I'm a project manager for VCA, specifically tasked with the beautiful task to be a person of contact for you. I'm also one message away all of the time. If something bothers you or you need something from any of us, don't hesitate to drop us a line. I'm actually a resident from the second cohort, as I mentioned to some of you in the interviews, and I am extremely excited to be on this side of the residency right now. And I can tell you that you're in for a wild ride, and so much information and such beautiful moments of community and building friendships that lasts hopefully a lifetime.
Okay, amazing. I see some of you are, yeah, just suggesting artists. Great. Just use the chat if you didn't see the form or didn't receive it. Definitely use it. And Yinga is doing an incredible job of already putting everything together. So that's great. And Yinga, yes.
Hi, nice to meet you guys. Um, I'm a VCA social media manager. Great to get to know you guys and hope you guys really enjoy this. It's my first time going through the residency as well, so I'll be learning along you guys.
Cool, amazing. So this is kind of, I would say, like the core, VCA like team, and probably the people who you'll also be like, interacting with the most throughout your free months. So yeah, we're really all here to, get to know you guys better, and yeah, anything you need, just ping away. All right. So I would just go in the order that I have the Discord, voice. So it's alphabetical order. If you cannot unmute for any reason, no problem. Just feel free to maybe type out your kind of like intro. But if you do, would be great to hear from you. So, and also like if I don't say your name correctly, please also tell me how I should address you. So yeah, Abiyua. I hope I'm saying this right.
Hi, yeah, I'm Abiayua, but most people call me Abby, so Abby is fine if you want.
Amazing. Nice to meet you, Abby. Yeah, feel free to introduce yourself.
Yeah, nice to meet you. Yeah, so I'm Abiayua Abby. I'm a Nigerian American artist. I majored in new media art in college. I'm a multidisciplinary, so I do all kinds of different art. Right now, I do a lot of 3D art, which I learned like during lockdown 2020 when when the pandemic first started. I'm in a couple of DAOs like Her Story, Cyberbots, FWB, African NFT Community, etc. I like to experiment a lot with my art. I've taken one creative coding course. I would like to dive into that a little bit more. And I'm always looking to challenge myself with every artwork that I put out. And my art is mostly about my experience as a Black woman in society, but also I like to do research on pre-colonial Nigeria, what it was like before the British came. And I think that's about it. So yeah, thank you.
Amazing. I'm a huge fan of Cyberbat. I don't know if you know, but like Linda was one of the first resident artists here, very close to her. So yeah.
Yeah, Linda, I had actually asked her about it, and so that's why I applied because I asked her about her experience, and she encouraged me to apply.
Amazing. Yeah, yeah, she's great, and I love what you guys are doing at Cyberbat and her story as well. Yeah, cool, nice. Thank you for the intro and for being here. Bod or bod.io.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hi, everyone. My name's Bodhi or Bo.io. That's my artist name is also my website. So that's why I keep it like that. My real name is Brian, and I am a printmaker who's based in Toronto, Canada. I got into printmaking when I was spending time in the UK. I really loved the kind of iterative approach that you could take with it by kind of making a plate and then using different styles. During the pandemic, I started working a lot with lino cut and really refined my style some more and experimented with mixed media using like different papers and paint and kind of just creating these like one of a kind things that still had using lino blocks. And the reason why is because I didn't have access to a studio, so you could you could do lino cuts at home. And I started getting into like when I was younger, I was into like graffiti, and I started to then incorporate printmaking into making stickers and paste ups for street art. Always was interested in technology, but never really kind of got into the NFT space. I learned about Foundation and kind of inquired, but I thought that because I was making physical art, I wasn't able to kind of sell NFTs. And then I tried to experiment by selling my first like print as an NFT where the primary buyer would buy it. And from there, I started off with Solana, got introduced to Tezos, and now I've just started experimenting more with digital art and animation, trying to keep that lino cut style, but creating different frame by frame gifs. And I'm more and more interested in I would like to get into like augmented reality and making physical prints that you could then animate it with an augmented reality layer. I haven't done it yet, but that's what I'm hoping to do. But yeah, that's a bit about me. Really, really, really excited to be here, and honored to be in the fourth cohort with all these talented artists. So thanks so much.
Nice. We actually have, well, I'm sure you saw the schedule, but we do have an amazing class about actually AR and VR with Samuel, who is a curator, but also an artist who works with augmented reality a lot. So yeah, it's a really interesting class, and he's been doing like augmented reality for so long. So I'm sure you'll get to meet him. And actually, also something that you just made me think about, but it's important to mention. So I'm sure we mentioned it like in the calls as well, but we have like around 30 mentors that offer like their time on a one-on-one basis as well. And they are all really, really, really great people, and they're there for you guys to like have a chat with, like interact with. I would say usually like probably like pick a number of mentors that probably fit within also what you're trying to like explore with them, or ask them, or chat to them about. I wouldn't necessarily like talk to all of them if maybe they don't really fit what you're trying to achieve as a mentor, as a result of the mentorship. But yeah, like usually it happens that residents like do the mentorships, like do the one-on-ones at the very end of the residency. And actually, I think it's nice to space them out, and would encourage you guys to like definitely reach out. So yeah, I think, Boria, you have shared the mentor list already, or we will share it soon.
It is shared. It's with the schedule that you received. It has several tabs. One of the tabs contains all the mentor information that you need, the expertise that they represent, and also the booking method. And just check out what's most relevant to your art practice and start from there. There is no limit to how many mentors you can book. So go ahead and do it and use that resource. It's really, really amazing, as I stressed out in the interviews.
Okay, and I finally managed to mute my sound notifications, which Phil has been asking me to, so that's good. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. So you should all have it in the email that Boria sent earlier this week. And now Franco has also shared it. So great. Cool. Perfect. Boria, no echo. Hello.
Hello everyone, I'm Echo. I'm a generative artist from Switzerland. I've been doing this since 1999. I feel a bit old, but I'm still loving it. And thank you very much, Nicole and Boria, for the onboarding process, and all the team at VCA for creating this cohort. I'm really looking forward to learn new things, help other members of VCA, and becoming a better artist, at least trying to.
Nice. I mean, we have a few people that I think have mentioned also that they'd like to learn more about like creative coding and generative art. So I think there's also already like some sharing of education and skills that could be done there. We do have a class with Sabo Raf, but yeah, like definitely encourage people to also chat between each other and share the skills there too. Ella.
Hi, everyone. I'm Ella. Super excited to be here. I am an artist, and like Brian, I'm also working in the real world. Like, I make cyanotype prints. Cyanotype is an alternative photography process that uses sunlight to develop blue tone prints. My little profile picture is one of my pieces, actually. So I actually make sculptures that cast the shadows for these negatives. So I sort of have been incorporating different mediums within this medium, and I'm just obsessed with it. And I'm like pushing all the boundaries that I can to try and use it in different ways. I studied photography at NYU, and I still live in New York and work with a community garden here. And I do a lot of community-based work and a lot of green or like environmental activism in the city. And I studied computer science when I was at school, and I just got into like WebGL and some really interesting sort of creative coding right at the end. And I've always wanted to go back to it. So I'm really excited to sort of dive back into that. I also really want to play with like AR with my work. Like I said, it's all physical, and it would be really cool to add sort of a digital overlay element there. And I do motion graphics animation to make real money sometimes. And so I work with After Effects and other Adobe Cloud or Creative Cloud programs. So I have a lot of different sort of skills in my bag, but really what I love and what I really want to work towards is just making cyanotypes full time. And I got into NFTs as a way to sort of find that financial stability, and things have been going well. And I'm really happy to be here and connect with other artists. I'm sort of shy in the beginning, but I open up quickly, and I'm excited to meet all of you and get to know everybody better.
Nice.
Lovely.
Yes. And nice to know, actually, it's really nice to know the process behind them. We were looking at your work just earlier, a couple of days ago, because we used it for one of the graphics that we just did with the welcome. So yeah, really, really interesting to know what the process is.
Thank you. I can tell everybody more about it later too and show process photos.
Amazing. Emanuele or M, I don't know how you prefer.
Hi, everybody. I'm super excited as well to be here. I'm Emanuele, and I'm an Italian generative artist. So basically, I got into generative art more or less 1 year ago. And I started because a friend of mine that is a generative artist from art blocks, a curated series, whatever, and introduced me to this kind of thing. I always love to play with art. I'm also a musician, and I have a little bit of background as a coder. I'm not a super excellent one. So, as Ella mentioned, the WebGL and shader stuff, I'm pretty bad at it. So, I have to learn shaders. I have that in my to-do list since too long, and I hope to do it during this VCA residency, and so I basically create art because I'm a bit of obsessive thinker, and as soon as I started creating generative art, that is, you have to put your mind in it, because you have to write code to make stuff appear, and it it sort of calmed my mind, and so I kept going with it. So I'm here, of course, uh, to have to receive some, let's say, artistic contamination, and know all of your art, and of course evolve mine. So that's why I'm super excited again.
Amazing. Thank you so much. Who was the artist on Art Blocks, if I can ask?
Oh yeah, he's Stefano Contiero.
Yeah.
He's
I think so.
yeah. He mentioned VCA to me more or less 1 year ago, and so I'm also here because he thought about this.
Yeah. Nice. Love Stefano. Yeah, great. Thank you. Welcome. Flo. Hello.
Hi everyone, I am Flo, or Wilder Art Lab as I've named my creative practice. I'm also very, very happy and excited for this opportunity to meet so many amazing artists. I started my art journey painting, and after a while I developed an interest towards animating my art, which led me to creative coding. Music inspires me the most, and I really like creating sound reactive visuals. Right now, I'm working with P5.js. I kind of taught myself how to code. I come from a non-coding background. And I also very recently started to learn Touch Designer, which I feel opens a whole new world of creative possibilities. So that's it.
Amazing. Thank you for being here. Franco. Are you there? I mean, I know you're there because you're writing on the chat, but can you speak?
Yeah.
We're
In Montreal at the moment.
We didn't hear the first part. I think you're breaking up a little bit.
It's the connection. Is it working better now?
Yes.
Is that better?
Yeah.
So, I'm Franco. I'm 32 years old. I'm an interdisciplinary artist. I'm from Argentina, but I'm based in Montreal at the moment. And I do visual and sound arts. Those are my main practice, and they're all linked to collage practice. So either it's visual or sound. I'm doing collage. So for my visual works, I do analog collage. So I'm using a lot of antique magazines, stuff from the 60s, 70s. Like I even have stuff from 1980 and shit like that. So I basically use these magazines to create dreamscapes and surreal compositions. And the approach is very meticulous. I'm using a lot of overlayering of different cuts, and I'm creating separation between the cuts. So the pieces are pretty much three-dimensional at this point, and they're very architectural as well. And for the sound work, so I started my career with music when I was like 13, 14 years old, and I played jazz music most of my life. And then at some point, I had like a music career, and I kind of dropped the school stuff, and I started experimenting with like electronic music and synthesizers and computer stuff. So that's where I got really creative with music, and I started dwelling first with electronic music, but then I went into sound design, and I got really interested in microphones and field recording. So pretty much all my sound work these days is made out of my own field recordings that I'm doing when I'm traveling or in my daily life. So it's basically this like never-ending resignification of time and space through sound. And the idea is just to create sonorous ecosystems. So my sound work, I've been doing a lot of collaborations lately. That's what I'm mainly focusing with sound. So I did stuff for virtual reality. I did immersive experiences. I've done like physical site-specific installations, pretty much just like intermediate projects, a lot of that. And same for the collage work. I have an ongoing collaboration with my partner. So like a lot of my latest works, I've done it in collaboration with her, and it's just like it's physical work. So we're doing the collage together, and it's been going for pretty much like a year and a half, and it's. And I've grew up so much from this process. So like it's really like one of my main focus, the project with my partner, and also like the sound collaborations. I'm working a lot with Lucas Aguirre, who's a very, very close friend of mine. So yeah, those are my like main ongoing collaborations. But like I said, like I'm all about cross-pollination and working with others. Like this has been the most like expanding experience for me with art, just to be able to share with others and do things together and like shared visions, and you know that kind of process is what I love. So I've participated in like art residencies, a lot of physical art residencies, but also done some seminaries, and like I've done a lot of workshops, and I had a few years of cinema studies, which I dropped, but they gave me a lot of tools. For example, analog photography, and like even the sound design stuff with cinema. I was pretty bonded, honestly, because now these days, like I try to think of my soundscape as stories, you know. So there's a lot of storytelling that goes with that. And so yeah, this is about it. And about crypto, I started collaborating with my friend Lucas like a year and a half ago, and I had like in Argentina like holidays, but then the pandemic happened.
You're breaking up a little bit.
Yeah. So I was saying, my journey with crypto art and NFTs started over the pandemic. It's like Argentina. I went for holidays, and I couldn't go back to Montreal. So when I didn't have a job, I didn't know what to do. You know, most of my life I had done like other type of jobs. Even though I'm an artist, I've done like all kinds of stuff. Like most of my life I did gardening and landscaping. So just to have the opportunity to support myself doing what I love and what I think is my path was really big. And then yeah, it's been going on for pretty much a year and a half, and I've been supporting myself solely from my art. So this is a big step for me. And yeah, I'm really excited to join the residency, and I've been following Bardical Crypto for a while, and I've been really admiring the work they do for the ecosystem. So I'm more than beyond grateful to just join this amazing cohort of artists and thinkers and builders. So yeah, thank you so much. This is awesome. I hope I didn't went too long.
No, thank you so much, Franco. That was great. Yeah, I know actually you've been working with Lucas. I'm a huge fan of Lucas's work. Like, I think it's incredible. Yeah, so we'll definitely have him on to speak. Would be great. Absolutely.
Sweet.
Lucas Aguirre. So I can pin his Twitter here. His second. Let me find it here. I just posted it on the chat. Cool. Okay, Ignis.
Hi everyone, I'm Ignis. I'm a digital artist, music composer, and director from Chile. I work as a full CGI artist like since last year, I think. I focus myself on cinema in terms of animation and short films on crypto art. So that's what I'm dedicating myself this year. I'm really happy to be here and know you all. You're such a talented cohort, and I'm really happy to join you all and learn from you, and from all the mentors as well. Thank you for the invitation. I'm really happy to be here.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And also, something that I wanted to say that we just like, also, I would encourage everybody to follow each other on social media. We posted we posted the full Twitter accounts of everybody in our VCA residency Twitter. Let me just share the post again here. But yeah, definitely follow each other so you can keep track of what everybody's doing, which is also a very nice thing to start supporting each other on social media too. Yuri.
Hi, I'm Yuri. I'm a Brazilian collage artist. Really excited to be here. And I'm an electrical engineer that turned into a product manager. We built websites for volunteering, like Web2 stuff. And I started with collages back in 2003 when I was doing my master's with analog collages, just cutting out National Geographics. I got really interested in just getting just completely different images together and creating something new. And in 2015, I started in 2010. Actually, I started working remotely, so living for months in New York, Berlin, and then back in Brazil, and been doing this for like 10 years. And then like walking around with analog collages, getting National Geographic was really hard. And I got the iPad Pro with the pencil, and I got really excited about it because I could have all the images on the internet that I could use for art. But lately, I've already scrapped, like in 7 years, I already scrapped all of the Wikipedias, all the good images of Unsplash. So it's a bit hard now to even to get images because I'm also always trying to get the CCO images, like pieces that can I use. So there's this whole CCO talks about that's happening now, right, with all these arts. And I recently also I got a lot into recursion, so reusing the same images many times. So just getting one or two images, but using this a lot. I'm studying that a lot, and it's really interesting. And also trying a bit of P5 JS with like I got the template from FXhash and just trying to get into some interesting visuals. And I got into NFTs in January last year. I got really excited actually about not about the money, but about the storage because I was just posting my images before in Flickr, and then Flickr nobody stopped using Flickr, and then Instagram, and this is just a squared format, right? So like, storing it somewhere and the long-term storage solution, I think it's really wonderful, and all what we can do now with this with the artwork. So I got also really interested in this dynamic NFTs. I did some async art so that you can have people owning different layers, and then they can change the options that you give them, so they can mint and change the art. It's really interesting. So that's it. I'm really excited to meet you all. See you soon.
Amazing, thank you. And I know you'll be joining us in Berlin as well in September when we have the exhibition, which is fun, so we can meet.
Yes. I'm arriving I'm in Brazil now, and next week, Wednesday, I'm in Berlin for like 2 months at least, maybe more.
Nice, amazing. Cool. Joel.
Hello, hi. Thanks, Miko. Yeah, my name is Joel Meshak. My artist name is A Thousand Islands. I still don't know why I'm called A Thousand Islands, but yeah. But yeah, I'm really happy to be here. I'm from Nairobi, Kenya. I'm a fashion designer and collage artist. Mostly focus on really just telling stories from my perspective as an up and coming designer in this postmodern era. There's a lot that new perspectives of how to tell African stories through more recently 3D art. I've collaborated with a few artists, and now also looking to double in AR, just like Brian and other artists have mentioned. I'm looking forward to learn about that. But yeah, really, I think this is an opportunity for us to really just work together, learn from each other. I'm really excited to be a part of this group, and yeah, tell new stories, unique, untold stories through fashion. So that's something I'm really passionate about, because I think there's so many forward-thinking ideas we can come up with in this new NFT space, rather than just making new clothes, wasting fabric, wasting water. So I'm really passionate about finding sustainable methods through digital assets, and yeah, I really think we can make a big difference in the fashion space. So that's special for me to be able to do that as a young and upcoming designer in an African country. So there's a lot that we can do in this space. So yeah, really looking forward to learning a lot from you guys. And yeah, thank you.
Super cool. You should definitely suggest if you have any suggestions about maybe like some digital fashion designers or anybody that you want us to like bring in for like AMAs or Ask Me Anythings. I know a few, but I would love to also have your thoughts on this. But yeah, I think it's a really really interesting space, and it
Cool.
will be very big. I think in the next couple of years as well.
Cool. Thank you. I will try my best to look for some.
Great. Jonas.
Hi, can you hear me? Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Great. Yeah, hi, I'm Jonas. I'm here in Vienna, Austria. I have actually media art background, but I have been interested in creative coding since some time now. I'm also like giving courses at the university, but I just recently started making art using code myself in a more serious way. Of course, NFTs kind of like are the culprit and kind of like really pushed me to explore visual aspects of art. I think that's what I'm a lot interested in, to create like something visually interesting and nice. Yeah, I'm looking forward to the next weeks. And one thing I'm especially interested in would be how to maybe combine NFTs with stuff that happens in the real world, like an installation or I don't know, something else. Yeah, that's it. Nice to meet you all.
Amazing. Thank you. Cool. Now, Jules.
Hello. Hi. Hello, everyone. My name is Jules, and I'm a London-based artist, originally from Spain, and that I do painting and digital experiences or augmented reality, social media art, and of course, I use NFTs because it's kind of the medium for all these things, and it makes a lot of sense for me to try to expose my work there. But I've been looking at your work, guys, and so I think in this group I should define myself only as a painter, because what I produce is very based on creating a digital painting and then explore with augmented reality using applications like I don't know, Instagram, for example. I use it a lot, and it's because my background is in traditional galleries, and I've worked for Tate Modern and Tate Britain for 4 years. And then I think working for that museum made me understand how important it is to be accessible for the masses and to try to make art that could be useful for, I don't know, a community or like teach or make free art. So I'm trying to encourage that in my practice. So whatever that I produce, I try to be free and easy for everyone to be able to produce something similar. And maybe that's why I am a little bit, maybe, I don't know, less like a programmer or a very high up digital artist. I'm more like into something more basic. But I do like how this could create experience to other people as well. I hear about VCA because one gallery that I'm collaborating with, that is called On String Gallery, met you guys in Portugal, and she contacted me and said, this is a very cool residency, you should apply. And so I start hearing about you since that, and I'm very excited when I received that call and said, oh, you're selected. And I was like, wow, this is fantastic. So yeah, I'm very excited for work with all you guys. I've been seeing all of your work, and it looks amazing. I'm a person who loves to collaborate with people and learn by, I don't know, doing collaborative residencies or collaboration in work. So very apt to, have fun, meet each other, and see what comes out of this. So thank you so much. Very excited to participate.
Nice, thank you. And yeah, that's really interesting like background, and nice that you got to know us through Portugal. I think we had an exhibition there specifically during the non-fungible conference in Lisbon for the VCA residency. So yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Leila.
Hi everyone. I'm a I'm an artist. I like to just say that I'm an artist, just without any last names, because I like to experiment with anything really. Like I'm very curious of techniques and I like to learn a little bit of everything. I work with photography. I work with paintings. My latest work is with it's alternative photography where I use gum by my I'm sorry, I haven't said it in English for a long time, so I'm not quite sure how you say it. It's gum bichromate and cyanotype. And I'm also experimenting with AI. I mean, someone here also said that they like to create a coding. I'm really all over the place right now. So this residency, it's really coming at a really good time. Because I'm sort of moving from places. I'm currently living in Chile, but I'm moving to Argentina, to Buenos Aires in a few weeks. So I'm in between places, and well, I heard about the residency through Natalie. That she participated, and I think it was the second cohorts, and then Ana Maria and Luis Ricardo, they also were I think in the last one, and they also recommended it. So I really wanted to be here, and when I got the email, I was like, yes, I was so happy. So thank you so much for that. I'm also, besides being an artist and me and here in the space for over a year now, I have a podcast. It's called Arte y Labia. And in that podcast, I focus on interviewing artists, just giving them, I want artists to feel like a rock star. So I ask them about everything from what they do for work and how they do it to what kind of food they eat. I quite enjoy it, and that's in Spanish. But being in the space for all this time, I'm meeting so many more artists that do not speak Spanish. So I'm starting a new one in English. It's coming now in September, and I think that's about it. I think I said everything really, really fast. I'm sorry about that. Next time I slow down a bit.
No problem. Thank you so much. And it's actually really interesting to hear how you all found out about it, like all through different ways and different methods. So yeah, Natalie was part of our third cohort. So yeah, it was amazing. All right, Nathaniel.
Hey everybody, I'm Nathaniel Stern. First, Echo, I wanted to mention I see you. I am also middle-aged and have been making digital art since the 90s. Joel, I also see you. My first degree is in fashion, and I also was making art and teaching in Africa for 6 years in the early noughts. I'm a professor of art, engineering, and entrepreneurship. I make art and write academic books and papers about contemporary arts, philosophy, and aesthetics. My work spans a lot of different forms. In the early days of net art in the 90s, I did a lot of like flash and video poetry. I then moved to Johannesburg and started making more performative and interactive art, sculpture, print, installation, network performance. At that point in my life, I realized I was a teacher and an academic, so I started moving more into galleries and museums and, into long-term bodies of work. So my last show was it took me 3-4 years to produce. It's still traveling. It's about to go to its third museum. And it's about electronic waste and reusing that, computers to make art or turning them into fossils. I like experimenting with other people. So I collaborated with soil scientists and civil engineers. My next show is all about using AI creatively as an interdisciplinary space. And so that I've just started, and that's going to only open in 2025. I've been making NFTs for a little over a year. And the kind of excitement and experimentation of this space reminds me of the 90s. There's such a pull there. And I almost feel like I have the privilege of having two practices at the moment, where one is this very physical cross-media practice that's long-term, and can think in years. and the other is this like short-term, playful, get it online fast, where I get to experiment with AI and coding. I'll admit I kind of always feel like a noob because I'm always experimenting and playing and never dive really, really deep, but moreover collaborate and play. I'm not sure exactly when I first heard of Integral Crypto. I know Callan, who was a resident, pretty well. I know Anna um, because of the kind of crypto poetry space. I adore them. They had nothing but great things to say. I think VCA is just top notch, and I am absolutely thrilled to be here and to meet all of you and work with all of you.
Thank you so much, and it's so nice to have you. Also, congratulations on your project with Sasha. It was incredible. Yeah, I think like it's what Sasha, Callan, and Anna Maria have built with the Verse is incredible. If you don't know about them, well, you'll get to know them for sure. We'll definitely have them in, but it's definitely a huge stepping stone for like text-based art on the blockchain, and it's amazing. So they're very, I'm very fond of them. Two of them were actually past residents, but also in general, they're really, really, really lovely people. Cool. So Reverse Butcher, hello.
Hello, everybody. So, my name is Reverse Butcher. My friends call me Rev, so please call me that. I make VR art, AR art, mixed reality art. I'm into making immersive experiences and films. I've done poetry and performances for like 20 years, so yep, forever ancient and a noob. Make music, one-off artists' books, collages. I'm so pleased to see so many collage artists in this group. It's kind of really exciting. One of you were talking about hauling National Geographics across the country. I too have done that in the past, so I relate. However, yeah, mostly in the last sort of pandemic years, I've been doing a lot of sort of spatial poetry and VR stuff, exhibitions and sculptures and VR raves and all that kind of thing. I found out about NFTs through just watching Twitter, but I was involved in a VR opera that took up most of my time through 2020 and 2021. So I was watching you all like it was team sports and, cheering you all on, but just didn't have the chance to sort of jump in. So I'm diving in now and I'm really excited. I'm so excited to meet a lot of you. I've been checking out your websites and your Twitters, and holy dooly, there are so many of you that are so talented. So yeah, really excited to start, and thanks to the VCA team for organizing and including all of us.
Amazing. Well, we already have like mixed skills that we can share here. Like people were talking about AR and VR. So Revs, you can definitely share your knowledge there. Touch sound art.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yep.
Hello, my name is Oksana. I'm a Ukrainian Canadian artist currently based in China. I come from a sculptural background, and I actually started out in art by carving stone. And over the years, I got involved first with the digital fabrication tools and started making 3D art for that. And about maybe 4 years ago, I started playing around with VR because I felt like VR could make sculpture more of an interactive experience that is more active compared to just static objects. So currently I'm focusing more on web XR just because of how accessible it is. And that's how I entered NFT space through the metaverse research and just playing around with these different mediums for sculpture. And currently I'm working on AR works and playing around with animation, learning animation. I started working with text recently as well, just based out of another art residency that I have done. And I would like to continue to work more with the text. So I'm actually really excited for this residency because of the big presence of some people who work with text in very creative ways. I also make some of my own music, which I would like to incorporate with the sculptures as well. So I'm really excited to see where this next 3 months will take me.
Amazing. Thank you so much and welcome. Victor. I see you've unmuted, but we can't hear you. Are you speaking or maybe? Hello. In the meantime, I hope you're all enjoying my background noise from the incredible cicadas that are here. No problem, Victor. Maybe it's the settings on your Discord. It might be. I think maybe Boyer can help you out with that, potentially. We can sort it out, or in the meantime, I can go to the WLT. So Win Lin.
Hi, can you hear
Hi.
me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, great. Okay. Yes, I'm Win Lin. You can also call me Win for short. I'm a fine arts painter from Singapore. I've been working in the traditional art space for over 15 years. I'm a full-time artist represented by a gallery in Singapore and New York. So I'm used to making very physical works and presenting exhibitions in gallery and museum settings. So all this is pretty new for me, I have to admit. In my artistic practice, I'm continuously exploring the potentiality of painting because I believe it need not be limited by medium or form. And I guess that's what led me to doing my research on generative art videos and NFTs as well. So it was a real learning curve for me because I'm not really a tech person. But I think this is all a really exciting space. I have to confess, I only started a Twitter account last year when I minted my first NFTs on Foundation. So I think I have a lot to learn, but I'm super nervous, but also super excited to be embarking on this residency with all of you guys. And it's really cool to see so many amazing artists out there. And I'm really excited to get to know all of you as well. I got to know about VCA when I was Googling and researching on NFTs. And just really grateful to be given this opportunity. I think some of you mentioned, I'm also interested to learn more about coding. But I'm just thinking my non-tech brain might take me a little longer to process all of that. But it's also, I see this all as an extension of my painting practice as well. And yeah, just really want to set myself this challenge of learning a whole new medium.
Amazing. Thank you so much. It's and thanks for being here. It's so nice to hear all of your backgrounds and your where like where you come from. Like it's always like the best part for me to just understand like everyone's backgrounds and learn from you, and everybody has super diverse ways that they came into the space as well, which is really interesting. Victor, let's see if you are there. Or
Now?
yes, we can. Amazing.
Oh, amazing, amazing, amazing. Super happy, super excited to be here, to have listened to you all. I'm super thrilled to be part of this cohort, of this group. I am a Spanish artist living in Valencia. I come from an architectural background. I study architecture, and little by little, I went going next to the art side of it, getting rid of the limitations of gravity and legislations and everything that architecture has to deal with. And now I am almost free of my architectural duties, but now I have got 3 kids. So it's a little bit of work to deal with. But I'm super in love with creating art, and it's my passion. And lately, thanks to the NFT space, I am making it a job finally, which is what I have been dreaming. But I didn't thought it was possible before, so it was a really glad surprise this year to be able to start living from making art. I express myself through code, through the computer, because it's the way I found to more easily. I enjoy many other ways of expressing myself, but the the mediums that I've had, like I don't have a big space to create paintings. I would love to, but I don't have this space. And I used to work with origami, with paper, but then I had my house full of experiments and little sculptures, and it was such a huge mess. And now the computer, everything is there, and so it's easy to keep on experimenting and digging and creating stuff that makes me, I don't know, feel different things and experiment myself and experiment the limits of my creativity, and I'm trying to get this awesomeness of life, uh, mainly in abstract art. I am very keen to the abstract nature of art, and how it can mm, get this non-words space in the mind. I don't know if it's clear somehow, but this is what brings me. So more or less, I think this is it. I am very happy to be here, very excited, and I'm very thankful to the Vertical Crypto Art team for making me part of the team. So thank you all.
Super. Thank you so much, Victor. And I think this is everybody. Yes. So in general, like super huge thank you to all of you for being here. And yeah, I want to maybe open up for any questions or any thoughts or anything that you want to share with us, with me and Yenga and Boria that are here.
I would like to share something before we start. There is another set of artists um, whom who are missing today, but they are getting married today. So they did mention that they might miss it, and they wanted me to convey their excitement as well to all of you. And they said that they can't wait to meet you.
Amazing. Yes, I met them on a call, so I'm very much looking forward to getting to know them better, and for all of you to know them as well. I think they can be excused because they're getting married to not be on the first call of their residency. Cool. Okay. Everyone else, do you have any comments, or it doesn't have to be a question, just anything really that you want to share? Nathaniel is asking if they want to borrow some of his children, since he has 5 kids. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah. So yeah, I was wondering because you were mentioning that like normally people at the end of the residency, like more.
I can't hear you, Franco. I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
I think it's actually better just to kind of like stretch.
I can hear you now.
Did you
wish,
hear?
if you wish, type it in the chat.
I can't, no. I mean, you're breaking up. Like, sometimes I can, sometimes I don't. So, I don't know.
Is it better now?
It seems so. Yeah, let's try.
Give it a try. So yeah, I was wondering about the one-on-one mentorships because I remember you guys said that normally people would book them by towards the end of the residency, kind of. And I went on my bookings and I did them earlier. You know, they're all kind of like set up for happening in the next week starting. So I was wondering if you think it's a better idea just to kind of like space them out a little bit, you know, and have them rather later than sooner. Just wondering about the dynamics of the residency and how intense it is.
To be honest, as I said, like, that is what a lot of the residents have done. But I think it's actually great if you already have things that you would like to share with the mentors to book them whenever you feel comfortable and like good to have a chat. Like, I actually encourage
Yeah,
people
that's what I
to
thought. That's what I thought.
as
I already
early
have
as
stuff
you
in my
want.
mind, so it's like the
Yeah,
sooner the better, probably, like to start the process, you know. So
yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And a lot of the mentors you will also meet in the classes as well. So for example, like I don't know, like some of the like Walt, and some of them are like past residents, some of them Bernadine, Diane, you know, like all of them are like, you know, people that have been like in the ecosystem. Well, Artnom you will meet on Wednesday. He is super busy and now, so he doesn't have any time to do like one-on-one mentorships, but like he's very open in terms of like DMing and stuff like that. So you'll get to meet him if you don't know him already, actually, on Wednesday for the class, and it's always a really nice, like, I think, intro class. To be honest, it's one of my favorites. So yeah, I mean, as early as you want, as late as you want, you know, try to, I think, have like a purpose in what you're, you know, talking to the mentors for, and also like direct them also towards what their expertise is. I think that's how you can get the most out of them.
Really, so it's kind of like already, yeah. So yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Cool. Any other thoughts or things that you want to ask?
I just noticed that because I was checking out the profiles of people on Discord, and that some people don't have their Twitter accounts in there. I think that would be really neat to put them there, just so makes it easier to connect. That's it.
I have I've actually put you all onto a Twitter list, and I've just put that into the Residency Fourth Cohort channel. If you follow that list, everybody should be on that list exactly. And we'll also there was also a previous tweet where all of your ats were included, so I can ping that again, and I'll be really useful for you guys, I hope.
Yeah, I just pinned the message that you posted, Yinga. Thank you. So everybody should basically, if you go on that list, it has everyone's Twitter, and you can just follow the list, and you automatically follow everybody. And you also have like a curated, like what's it called, feed as well, which is nice. I don't know if you use lists or not, but I didn't know that before the last cohort.
I also have something for you guys. I actually made a Google Map with all of us, and you can actually also find the Twitter accounts there. It's in the chat, and I'm also going to pin it in the residency chat as well. Some of you just told me which country they're from, so the pins might not be the specifically exact city or town that you are, but look at us. We're all over the globe.
Yeah, it is really, really great to see the map. Yeah.
I have a question. Should we maybe create a Twitter chat group? Because I use this with other groups, so we can just, if you want people to retweet, so it's just faster than. But I don't want to duplicate the chat that we have here in Discord. So before creating, just and asking you guys.
Up to you guys. I shouldn't make that decision. Whatever you think is best.
Same.
If people are yes to Twitter chat, yes. Great.
Awesome.
Cool. I mean, the chat is like like we're not really going anywhere. Like the chat is here. The channel is also here to to chat between each other. You can also stay on this call and chat as well. There's always actually something to mention. There's always the Residency Lounge voice channel open, as well as this one is always open. So if you're like, I just want to have a chat with someone from the residency, you can always hop on here. But yeah, I think the next appointment is on Wednesday, and it's at 6 p.m. UTC. So yeah, it's going to be a very, very cool class. I probably will be there as well. So yeah, let us know if there's anything that you need from us, or yeah, me and probably Boria more than me, are always available. And
Yes, definitely. If you have some kind of something to share, or you need something at all, just ping me or DM me over here. You also have my email. Just that I'm completely available to you guys to help with anything that might occur, be it technical or something about the schedule or whatever it is. Just don't be shy. Just drop me a line, and I will help the best I can.
Thank you.
great. Oh, sorry, Echo, go ahead.
No, sorry, I just wanted to say thank you very much. That was it.
Amazing. Thanks, everybody. Really nice to meet you all, and very excited for the next 3 months together. So yeah, have a good rest of your days, evenings, mornings. Yeah, speak soon.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everyone.
All right,
Talk to you
Bye-bye.
soon.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
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 Bye-bye.